last year or maybe the year before, I did a video about income in Bulgaria, and I'll actually put something up at the top there to direct you to that video. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of revisit this in order to give you kind of a 2021 update on if you're thinking about moving over here and how to earn an income and ways that it might help you. I've also got something that I want to share, which is a project that I'm about to start, where we're going to review and have a quick look at something. And I'm going to be doing a playlist on this project where I'm going to either feed into it fortnightly or monthly to share the results, to kind of help you guys to make a more informed decision. But before we do that, I just want to quickly go over something that is a very popular question that I get asked a lot of the time is, Darren, what about income? What do I do about income in Bulgaria? And obviously it's one of the number one questions, because you buy a cheap house, it's cheap cost of living, but unless you're retired and you've got a pension, that for most of us, we have to work. We have to look after, paying bills and putting food on the table and renovations of the house and everything else. So for many people, under the age of 65, who come over, may sell their house and they've got equity, which is going to give them savings, which they're going to be able to live off for a bit. I know people who have savings and they have a plan to kind of budget those savings until they reach retirement age. But for many people, the savings aren't going to stretch that far. So I would say that the number one job for people who are coming to look in Bulgaria for a job is going to be in the IT sector. Bulgaria is really big on IT, and I think it's like one of the largest countries now in Europe that offers IT services. However, if you're looking to do something like that, the chances are you're not going to be living in a remote village. You're going to have to go somewhere like Plovdiv, Varna or Sofia, which are the main hubs for IT professionals. Now, if you go on LinkedIn, if you're on there, there's actually hundreds and hundreds of jobs for English speakers. You can pick up a job in many different sectors, finance, mainly finance in online gaming, so as in gambling. There are a few jobs out there where they're looking for things like content writers, programmers, professionals along that field, and in some cases they require English and another language, but in a lot of cases it's English only. So I would definitely say that LinkedIn, it would be your best bet for trying to find a paid for job. The other thing that you have to think about though is that the actual salary that they offer isn't going to be the same in comparison to the salary that you have now. And the reason for that is because the cost of living differs here as opposed to Western countries. So it's wrong maybe to some people, because it should be based on the skill set and it doesn't matter where you are, it should be the same pay. But you can still live quite comfortably on what the average salary is, which, to be honest, I'm saying the salary between about 1,500 and 2,000 Bulgarian lev a month. So that equates to about 900 to 1,400 British pounds, about 1,000 to 1,500 euro. So that would be the number one, I would say. The second way would be freelancing. Now, freelancing opens a whole world of opportunity, But the thing is again, you're going to probably need to have some sort of skill set. So the easiest jobs which you can pick up is things like content writing. So that's like writing blog posts for people. You can do teaching English online. Like that's really become popular in the last couple of years, where Chinese firms, I think, are maybe one of the biggest firms now who look for authentic English speakers to teach to Chinese people. I know because I did it. I didn't mind doing it. It was a good job. Sadly, the only reason why I'm not doing it anymore is the work dried up, because I chose that I wanted to teach adults and not children, and the market is just much more aimed at children than what it is adults. So I would say that would be the second option, looking at freelancing. You can also apply for things like virtual assistants. So it's kind of an administrative role, but on more of a virtual basis, where you might do things like diary management, phone handling, etc. But if you go on somewhere like Upwork and you're looking at these, many of these firms are offering like from America, which would mean that you would need to be working during, American times or wherever it is in the world. So you might find that you're going to be working either earlier in the morning or later in the day into the night, and then you've got to weigh up whether that is something that is going to be beneficial to you. So those are probably, I would say, it's probably not as long as you expected me to give the information. I mean, the only other information that I could really say is there are people that want to come over and be self-sufficient, so they want to raise their own livestock, they want to grow their own vegetables, and that's admirable, because this is a beautiful climate, but not an easy climate to do this kind of work. Summer gets very, very hot. It can get up to over 40 degrees in the summer. Winters get very, very cold. So you'll find that in the summer, you're only going to be working early in the morning and late at night to tend to your livestock and your plants. In the winter, you're going to be just like feeding the animals and not doing anything on the land, because hopefully by then you would have had a full harvest and you've been preserving everything that you need. But you still have to think about things like water and electricity and emergencies, health insurance. So you need to have this in mind, that there's things on top of just your day-to-day living that you should really have. Health insurance being one of them. I mean, health insurance is really not expensive here. It's about 280 lev, so about £210. Sorry, not 210. Let me see, about £110. So it's not expensive at all for health insurance, but it's something again that you've got to factor in. The other things is like car insurance, if you're going to have a vehicle, road tax, house tax, things like that. I can do another up-to-date video on that, which I probably will, on incomings and outgoings, to let you guys know like where we are now in 2021, to give you an idea on what the day-to-day running is. But I'm going to be honest with you guys now, that comfortably, without going to restaurants and that during this pandemic, we together with two people have been living on about 500 to 600 euro a month. So let's say, what's that, about 450, 400, something like that. So not a lot. I wouldn't say that we've been extravagant, but we haven't been needing the penny pinch as well. So that's just been living comfortably, getting what we need in, just purely to pay the food, pay the bills and everything else. So it's been a blessing, really. It has, in comparison to what we were paying in the UK, which was probably 3 times as much, um, with very little to show at the end of the month. So I just wanted to go through that with you and to let you know, because I know I've been talking to you guys about the work I do, and I can't really go into it in depth because my loyalty lies to my client. But I've been in this job now for just over 2 years, and I stumbled upon it by accident because I happened to land one of these roles about writing blog posts. And I've written blogs before, so I was, kind of not an expert, but I had a good idea on how to write blog posts. And I started doing it, and the pay was terrible. I mean, it was really bad. I was getting like $5 per 1,000 words, but nevertheless, it was income. And it was through there that I got the opening into the role that I do now. And what I was doing was I was writing content for this company, which was being published online. And I did that for like 18 months, and then they've kind of promoted me in a sense. So what I do now is I'm an SEO content manager. And if you had have asked me 5 years ago if I was doing this job, I would have even said what's SEO, because I wouldn't have had a clue. Um, but basically, it's tied in with what is known as affiliate marketing. So if you don't know what affiliate marketing is, it is where you promote products and services from a business. Every time someone buys a product or a service, they pay a commission. And that's what I work with now. So what my job is to help these clients to rank on Google as high as possible. Obviously, if we're right at the top, even better, because it means that we're making the most money and we're beating any other competitor. Um, that's what I do now. It's a massively competitive business, but it's a rewarding job. There's a lot of research that has to go into it, and you learn a lot. It's a bit like science. You never stop learning about how SEO works, and I'm really thoroughly enjoying it. I count my blessings every single day, but at the same time, I always think, what if the sky falls down tomorrow? But what if one day they just said, we don't require your services anymore? And that is on the back of my mind. And let me tell you why. Because I used to work for a bank, and I got the job in 2005. And I always remember my first day of training being told, when you work here, you have a job for life. And 5 years later, no, not even five, 4.5 years later, following a recession, we were told, there isn't a job here for you anymore. And I learned that day never ever to take a job literally as security, because nothing is secure these days, and you have to always have a backup plan. Which is why I want now to introduce to you something that I'm going to be working on. It's a course, not a course that I'm doing, it's a course that I'm buying. I'm going to buy it tomorrow. It's called Project 24. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to share a journey that I'm doing for the next 2 years, which incorporates what I already do now, that I can share my results in the months to come, of writing articles online, promoting affiliate products, and earning income from it. Now, before I'm going to show you guys this, the one thing I'm going to say is it's called Project 24 because they say it takes for you to be able to make what they would call as a full-time income about 24 months, which is why it's called Project 24. So in the earlier months, I know fine well I'm not going to be earning a single cent off this. So I'm paying for this course and I'm already at a loss because it's going to take me at least 6 to 7 months to start earning. So you're probably sitting there now thinking, well, Darren, why the hell would you work on something for 6 to 7 months and not earn a single penny? Well, I know from doing the job I do now that it takes time for you to build up an audience online. Just like I do this YouTube channel now, I've got 398 subscribers. I've had this YouTube channel for years. I've done things with it off and on. But if I stuck at it and I continued with my content and I did more videos and I made it interesting, that the subscribers would increase. And this is what this is going to be like. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to do a blog. I'm not even sure what the niche is going to be yet. It could be to do with Bulgaria. It might be to do with something else. It really depends on what is a profitable niche. Because some niches you might think are going to make a lot of money, but they might only pull something like $30 a month. Other niches that you think might not be so good might pull in about $1,200 a month. So I might not necessarily be writing about Bulgaria. It could be about something completely different. However, what I want to do is I'm going to give you a quick overview on the course, let you guys see so that you can decide whether you want to follow me on this playlist. I'll always be putting in the title Income School, so you'll always know that the video is what it's in relation to. And then you can make your own minds up whether you think that this is something that you might be interested in. Now guys, I'm not an affiliate to this program. I'm not going to get paid or anything. I literally just want to share this with you. So it'll not have a link or anything, linked to me. I just literally want to share it because if you're serious about whether you want to work in Bulgaria or anywhere, you need to have a plan. And if you're wanting this plan to be within that next 2 years and you don't have a skill set and you don't think you're going to be able to get one of the jobs that I said, then now's the time to start learning. So sit back, relax, take a look at this course overview with me, make an informed decision. And if you then want to follow me on the playlist, then by all means you can do, and then we can continue this learning together. So I'm going to leave it right there and we're going to go and have a look at Income School. Alright guys, so this is a review of the Income School course. So it was created by two guys called Jim and Ricky, and I've been doing some research on this now for well over a month. I'm about to buy the course tomorrow. So I'm going to show you the price and everything, and I'm just going to give you like a really quick overview. You can have a look at this in your own time. If you just go to the website, which is incomeschool.com, and they have what they call, or what I was saying, Project 24. So if you click on this, it gives you a bit more about the milestones. So the things that you'll be set out to achieve whilst you're doing the course. So the first one is Curry Day, and that's where your site has earned $5 in total commissions. You've reached what you call Curry Day. So what they say is that you've celebrated enough with a delicious bowl of Thai curry. The next one is $100 a month. Then you'll earn $100 per month badge. Then you've got $500 a month, $1,000 a month, and full-time income finisher. So full-time means whatever it means to you, whether it's, a couple of hundred, couple of thousand, whatever it means for you to be able to live comfortably. Whether you choose to travel, live in another country, whatever it is. So these are the milestones what you'll look to achieve when you run the course, and these are the stats. So I kind of looked at this and I thought, well, these aren't big, 43 curry day earners in 2021, $2,100 dollars a month earners, $18,500, 14,000 and 10 full-time income achieved. But then when you look, it does say earned in 2021, so we're only in coming up April, so this is good. And then this gives you like a coverage map of the area. So let's just have a quick look, see if anyone's in Romania. No. So the closest person that's actually doing the course is in Serbia, which is way over in Belgrade, which is hours away from where I am. So nobody close by that's doing it. So I'm really happy with the numbers as well, because this isn't a saturated market, but SEO isn't saturated, it's ever evolving. So there's always room for more growth on Google. So I'm pretty confident with that anyway because of the job that I do. So this is kind of the overview, of the milestones on Project 24. So I'm just going to quickly go back and I'll just go down. So one of the things that you do get, which it gives you a WordPress theme. I'm not going to go into that too much yet because I don't even know that much about WordPress, but a theme is more or less basically how your website looks. Okay, because you create it from scratch. You don't kind of get one built. You create it the way that you want it to look, and this shows you exactly what to do as well. Again, it's just talking about the members, and the other thing that it talks about is because you can make income from blogging and from YouTube. So they've got like 60 steps to successful blogging, 60 steps to successful YouTube. So if you want to do it for YouTube as well, you can. So if you wanted to kind of, I don't know, say you want to move to Bulgaria and you want to build up a YouTube channel around it, you can do that as well. You can also watch some of these videos on YouTube. It's not as the only difference being is with the videos is it's not as in depth as what the course is. So obviously there's got to be value to buying the course. So you're not going to find everything out from the videos as opposed to what you would on the course. Plus the course is ever evolving, so they're constantly adding to it all the time. There's also other things in about it, like there's a forum so you can speak to other members. There is a lot of videos, a lot of information in there, so you can kind of do your own due diligence in regards to it. This has actually been updated because here's the page. So this is one of the guys who's talking. I'm not going to play the video, but you can see it for yourself where he talks about it. But here's the course. Now the course is $449, which sounds like a lot. But what happens is at the end of the 12 months, you have a renewal membership, which is like $199. And the reason being is the $449, what you're paying for is the content of the course. And then the $199 is kind of like the renewal because they're constantly adding more content to it. So the other reason I like about this is there's courses that you'll buy out there which will be like, become an SEO expert, but that course might never be updated again. And that just can't happen in the world of SEO because SEO is constantly evolving and these guys are constantly updating it, which is what you want. So even though, yes, you're paying like a one-off fee, it's probably better because if you are paying monthly, it can amount to a lot more. So I do like it on that basis. So some of the things I talked about, so as I say, the 60-step approach to getting a profitable niche site. and YouTube channel. You don't have to, you can do them both. Me for now, I'm just going to purely look at it from the blogging, and I'm just going to share my results on my YouTube channel anyway. I'll still check it out, and if I can get value from it, I'll certainly use it. But I just really want to look at this for now. You also get a podcast. So what they do is they give you a podcast with all the latest tips and tricks to help you with SEO, marketing, how to monetize, using commission platforms like Ezoic, Amazon, Google Ads, any others that, come to light. The forum, so you can share any problems that you've got with other members, and they can come back and tell you if they've had similar problems and what they did. So you don't have to just say these guys' words for it. You can look at it from people who are already doing this as well. And of course, there's the library of courses for you to get to know everything that you want to do. So 220 videos, they've had 75 lessons added in the last 3 months, and they've got 79 podcasts. So there's like a lot of information here, guys, they don't hide anything. And the other reason I liked this was I hunted high and low for some bad feedback about Income School, and I found like very little. Like YouTube, I couldn't find anything at all. All I heard from people was nothing but success stories, but some of those people, they were sharing for like 6 months and some of them stopped. And I can understand, like, it's frustrating because, after doing it for a few months and then thinking, well, I'm just not earning anything from it. And they just give up, they give up too easily. And I think I've got a little bit of an advantage because of the job I do, which makes me a good fit for this. And all I'm thinking of is in that 24 months is that at the end of the 24 months, hopefully I'll still be in the role that I'm doing now. But if after that 24 months that I wasn't going to have something, I've got a fallback. And that's really, really important, is to have a fallback, so that I wouldn't have to worry about trying to find another job, very quickly, because it's a minefield out there, guys. It really is. So this gives you like quite a lot of information. But guys, all I would say is don't just take my word for it. Do your own research. YouTube has a ton of videos from these guys, and you can also type in things like Project 24 results, Income School results. There's a couple of guys that I watched. Let me see if I can find it out here on YouTube when my keyboard decides to wake up. So if I go on YouTube and I'll just type in Project 24 results. So there's like P24 dashboard. He talks about it. This guy, Real Review Hub, he's done a really, really good series of videos. And what he does is he shares all these screenshots of how much commission he's made, how much traffic, etc., etc. Fix, he's another one who pops up Dorian Develops. This guy I like, but unfortunately after 6 months he just stopped doing the videos, which is such a shame, but there's a lot of good reviews out there. One guy even put on about like how he managed to do it by using the free videos. To me, that's great if you've got some knowledge of what to do. But if you're a complete newbie, which to be honest, if you are a complete newbie, you can still do this. You can still learn like everybody else. There's nothing stopping you as well. So yeah, it might be a bit of a culture shock. But after the job that I'm doing now, as I said, remember going back, if I had known I was doing this 5 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. There was no way, because I used to know about affiliate marketing and thinking, there's no money in it. There's no money in it. Only the top people who have millions of followers will get things like that. And now I've realised that's not actually the case. It's just about knowing what to write, putting in the right information, doing it consistently enough so that Google looks at it, and promoting the right products and services to fit whatever it is that you want to write about. And that's again what I like about this, because it pulls away a lot of the things that are confusing. I mean, what I would say, guys, is if you are looking at income online, what you want to stay away from is, if I just type in, this is magic one, this one. I'm going to type in ClickBank. So where you'll see like how to make money on ClickBank for free, step by step. $101 a day. 1 hour ClickBank affiliate marketing challenge. How to make your first 1,000 from scratch, blah, blah, blah. Some of these look really enticing and really easy, and I'll tell you why you don't want to touch these is because a lot of the time, excuse me, a lot of the time what you have to do is you have to promote these courses on your Facebook. And you don't want to be doing that, because the minute you start promoting courses on Facebook, what these guys will get you to do is they'll get you to hide the link with a different kind of link, like a permalink or a tiny link or something like that. Something that Google doesn't recognize, Facebook, sorry. And just basically they'll want you to spam people's pages. And if you want to get kicked off Facebook super quick, that is exactly what will happen. So this is why you want to steer clear from things like this and use, something which people are using, which is working for them. Project Income, if I'll go on to Income School, you can check it out for yourself. The other thing I like about this is they do testimonials from people online. So I think, they were talking about this guy. He makes $9,400 a month for 2-hour blogging working week. Now, there's a lot of work probably gone into it for him to do it, but nevertheless, it's interesting to watch. So the whole point of me doing this, guys, is just really is for you to start thinking about, if you're looking at moving, what are you going to do about income? Because it's the number one thing that I'm hearing. And if you want to then look at making a life-changing decision, something like this might just well pay off. And if it doesn't, if it's not for you, $449 is not, it's not $1 million. But one thing somebody told me once is that if you bought something like this and you treat it like you just paid $1 million, it's going to reward you like you paid it in $1 million. So if you're going to do something like this, then treat it serious. Don't just buy it for the sake of buying it and put it on the shelf, because I've done that before. I want to actually talk about the book I was writing as well, and why I've stopped that at the moment, but I'm going to do that on another video, because I'm looking here and this video is already quite long. So I think that's everything from me for this for now. So I'm going to head back over to me. So there you have it. So I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about income options, and this what I'm going to be doing now with wanting to share it online. I just think that it's truly worth the risk. I'm probably saying that as well because of the job I'm in, but what better way than to use this to my advantage? So on that basis, I'll be buying the course tomorrow, as I said, and then starting to do the course. However, I'm probably not going to share the first lot of results until a fortnight to a month's time. So I'm going to set up a playlist on my YouTube. So look out for a video which will be entitled Income School or Project 24 in the title. And all I'll be literally doing is sharing probably traffic stats. And you know what, guys? It's going to be probably nothing. You'll see very little traffic, but I want to kind of show you what I've been doing. And if I have got any traffic, you know, to show that. And that's what I'm going to do month on month of my consistent working. So that I can kind of say, right, well, you know, we're at month 7 and I finally just started hitting $100 a month, or, you know, whatever it is. So I hope that you do decide to join me on this little venture of mine. I have a book here. I bought this book months ago. It's a notebook, and on the front of it, it says, work hard, stay humble. And I've always been looking for a reason. I did write something in there. I'm going to have to rip it out now because I don't actually need it. But I think this book is the perfect notebook for the project. So I'm really looking forward to getting to starting to use that. But until the next time, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I'm sorry the video was long, but you can see there was a lot of content in. And I will see all you guys on the next video, which will either be about income and expenditure, or you want an update on the book. So if you do want to comment and let me know which one you want, I'll happily provide. So until next time, guys, be safe and happy and well, and live your dreams every day. Until next time, bye for now.